In Liam Rosinio's press conference today, he has come out to say that Enzo Fernandez has been suspended for 2 games, the Port Vale game and the Premier League game against Manchester City next week, right? Saying that he crossed the line and all of that. First of all, I don't think Liam Rosinio made that call. I think this was more of a Chelsea decision, uh, with the sporting directors, right? And I don't think I completely agree with that decision. If you watched my last video, I said that what I think they should have done was to strip him of the captaincy. Because at the end of the day, he's still one of your best midfielders. And then you need to qualify for the Champions League. Strip him of the captaincy and then let him play. You only bench him if he plays as bad as he played against Everton, or if he has shown signs that he doesn't want to be on the pitch. He doesn't want to play for the badge. He doesn't want to play for the club. And then you can bench him. So I'm not sure I completely agree with with that decision, because the big question is: so what happens after the suspension? Then are they going to continue? Are they going to bench him? Are they going to play him? Are they going to give him back the captaincy? For me, he doesn't deserve to be captain or vice captain. So that should have been the most important decision they should have made, right? Now, moving on. He's also Enzo Fernandez has also put himself in a very difficult situation. He's put himself in a difficult situation, and he's put the club in a difficult situation as well. And the reason I say this is because what if Real Madrid don't sign him? Right? It looks to me now that Real Madrid are really interested in signing Rodri. What if Real Madrid don't sign him? Though, I'm reading again this evening that his agent, Javier Pastore, has come out to say that they are going to sit down with Chelsea to negotiate, his contract. So it looks to me like this move that he actually made during the international break, talking to the press, may probably be about money, right? That said, how many clubs are going to be able to afford him? Real Madrid is not going to pay 100 million. First of all, I don't think he's worth 100 million pounds as of today. And in my opinion, it's going to be easier for Real Madrid to price Rodri out of Man City than it is to price Enzo out of Chelsea. Enzo has a 6-year contract till 2032. Rodri's contract is expiring at the end of the season or next season, right? They've offered him a new contract, and Pep Guardiola has come out to say that if he's not happy, then he can leave. So it's looking more likely that Rodri is going to go to Real Madrid. So what happens to Enzo Fernandez then? He's going to have to come back with his tail in between his legs and come back. And Chelsea fans are not going to see him the same way again. They're not going to see him the same way again. His relationship with Chelsea fans now has been severely damaged. And I won't be surprised if when he plays, Chelsea fans boo him. Right? On the flip side, Bluco are going to have to sit down together as a club, as sporting director with the coach, with Rosinio. And then they are going to have to make a decision. Number one, why does this guy really want to leave? Is it a sporting decision? Can the club afford to buy him? Does he really want to go to Real Madrid? Right? Are they going to take a loss on a player that they bought for 100 million? He has a contract till 2032. So they're going to have to consider that. They're going to have to consider whether Enzo made all these statements because of the direction that the club is moving, buying young players and all of that. So are they going to have to change their policy overnight of buying young players because of Enzo? Even though, Sky Sports has now announced that Chelsea are, going to go into the market this summer to buy more experienced and Premier League proven players. So is it because of a new contract, which is looking more likely that it's a new contract? Are they going to have to break the current salary structure, wage structure in Chelsea just to please Enzo Fernandez? Because if they do that, then they set a precedent. If any player wants a contract, an increase in salary, all they have to do is to go to the press and then make some noise and then twerk for some club, and then they get their contracts, increased, or their salaries increased. So there's a lot Chelsea have to do to sit, they have to make that decision. They probably have to sit with Enzo and his agents as well. Then at Then moving on, as per this club policy, at the end of the day, Bluco is going to have to listen to the fans, right? They say the voice of the people is the voice of God. Vox populi, vox Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God. So if, as is now, Chelsea do not tweak their policy, first of all, they're very tight wage structure, and then their policy of signing young players, you're going to see that more established players, the more senior players like Cucurella, Cole Palmer, are going to want to leave as well. So are they going to ignore all of that, ignore the fans? If they continue to do that, then at some point, fans are going to stop going to the stadium, because the whole essence, fans are so important. What Premier League, rather a club cannot exist without the fans. There's a planned protest, I think, was it in April? Yeah, in April, before the Manchester United game. So, though I hear that Egbali is a very, very stubborn person. So it's possible that he may not listen to us, the fans, he may not listen to the senior players, and they will still stick to their policy of signing young players. So we never know. He may turn a blind eye on that. But to be fair to them, right? The young players they've signed are not so bad. They've signed really great young players. I remember when they signed Cole Palmer a couple of years ago, everybody thought, who is Cole Palmer again? They've gone to sign 21. But see the way he's turned out. See Estevao. Estevao is very good, world class. Look at Jorel Hato. Jorel Hato is 19, but he was the captain of Ajax. So it's not as if they are going to sign, just anyhow young players. They are signing young players with a purpose, young players that will actually have a serious chance of being world class. Even Romeo Lavia as well. Unfortunately, Romeo Lavia has been injured. Otherwise, he's one of the best players, even at his age, in the midfield, in the league. So we still have to give kudos to them. In as much as we want experienced players, yes, signing experienced players still is not even a guarantee of anything. Chelsea have signed experienced players in the past, even under Roman Abramovich. Look at Lukaku, look at Saul. Players that have to come into the league, they have to adapt to the pace of the Premier League, they have to adapt to the team as well. So except you are signing pure Premier League proven players, you're not just going to sign experienced players for the sake of signing experienced players. So there's still a risk in signing experienced players. So I can understand in a way where Bluco is coming from, both from the sporting angle and then from the financial angle as well. So anyways, Chelsea fans, let me know what you think in the comment sections. Please, help me support this page by liking, by sharing, and by subscribing. That's the least way you can help me grow this channel. Thank you.